year 2013, an artist residing in Western Ireland named Tanya Harris stood on the verge of a remarkable discovery when she focused her attention on studying and recording the silent frequencies within ancient churches. By placing water inside a speaker, she succeeded in revealing the hidden geometry of those resonant vibrations. Her findings demonstrated that even the silence within these architectural edifices produces potent symmetrical patterns, a clear indication of something far greater. The experiment was conducted as part of an innovative sonic art project called Sacred Resonance, which aimed to capture the inaudible sound frequencies within ancient churches using highly sensitive microphones and advanced recording equipment. Its purpose was to document the natural resonant frequencies of the structures, the sonic vibrations imperceptible to the human ear, and the acoustic reverberations generated by architectural voids. The experiment rested upon the hypothesis that every building, particularly ancient churches, possesses a distinctive sonic fingerprint, arising from the shape of its domes and arches, the distribution of its spatial voids, and the acoustic history of the site. Through amplification and transformation of these vibrations into audible sound, silence itself became perceptible. The study confirmed that every structure has a natural resonant frequency, as if the enclosed spaces functioned as echo chambers imbuing each building with a unique sonic signature, which may aptly be called the memory of stone. The building preserves the echo of its historical passage, recorded as resonant frequencies that reflect the spirit of the space in intricate symmetrical patterns. Do you notice the resemblance between these patterns and rose windows? Indeed, the parallel is striking. Other researchers applied the same technique to study the symmetrical patterns produced when bells are struck within these structures, discovering that they precisely replicate the layouts of magnetrons. For this reason, rose windows astonishingly echo these sacred symmetrical patterns, appearing as if they are petrified pulses of a star. Similarly, the vaulted ceilings of many cathedrals emulate this sacred symmetry. This also explains the presence of massive bells and large resonant clocks within these buildings. The sonorous bells emitted powerful vibrations and frequencies that influenced the distribution of water across entire regions, as sound directly affected the molecular structure of the water subsequently utilized for diverse purposes. This is not all. Many of these structures also housed one of the marvels of the ancient world, the sovereign of sound, the organ. Have you ever paused to contemplate some of the great organs? These instruments were not constructed by ordinary individuals in the 19th, 18th, 17th, or even 16th centuries. Like the edifices that contain them, they are monuments of elegance and grandeur, the most powerful acoustic instruments in existence. Undoubtedly, the sound waves they emitted, across both high and low frequencies, enabled the peoples of the ancient world to manipulate etheric energy in accordance with their intentions. The rose magnetron windows, which originally contained no glass, amplified these sound waves, thereby influencing the molecular structure and properties of living etheric water. The organs may well have served additional purposes, such as providing resonant frequencies for entire cities in order to cultivate health and prosperity. It is noteworthy that official history records that the earliest organs were water organs, in which compressed air was derived from a natural water source or generated by a manual pump. This, however, appears to be a misleading half-truth that conceals the true interaction between the instrument and water. As previously mentioned, most of these structures contain nearby areas for storing vast quantities of water. Many included subterranean cavities or immense reservoirs, some now drained, others still abundant. Yet the controllers reclassified many of these sites under the designation of Roman baths. Water was also stored in red brick power stations, in capacitors, in water towers, in elongated open basins, in reservoirs, and of course in stepped wells designed according to precise geometric patterns. Their symmetrical configurations enhanced ionic oscillation and vibration, ensuring that the water remained continuously electromagnetically charged. This was the same function performed by aqueducts and bridges. It is highly probable that many of the colossal electromagnetic magnets scattered throughout our world extended above the waterways, as in the case of the Volga-Don Canal, although the Volga Arch may not be entirely original, and many of the roads were constructed during what is known as the period of the Great Reset. During the 19th century, the heirs received orders to divert and fill numerous channels through which water had previously flowed. Consequently, we observe that the moats of castles have dried up and the stellar stations have been emptied. It is likely that the surplus clay visible from that era was employed for this very purpose. Entire regions were destroyed and filled forever with immense quantities of clay during the 19th century. In the ancient world, sound frequencies, acoustic waves, and water had applications and uses beyond enumeration. Although the majority of these remain forever unknown to us, the numerous architectural remnants provide us with rich indications. The abundance of grand palaces, magnificent residences, and vast halls scattered across our world, which we traverse miles to behold in their beauty and splendor, offers us the key to this secret. Yet, what is even more astonishing than the buildings themselves are their gardens, the water gardens that accompany them. For instance, Versailles Palace in France, the Royal Palace in Caserta, Italy, Nymphenburg Palace in Germany, and the halls and palaces of Heron in England. All of these retain, to this day, much of their grandeur and magnificence. When we examine some of the ancient plans of these areas, we perceive the extent to which they surpass description, as if they belonged to another world. Through these ancient diagrams, we grasp the staggering scale of these remarkable estates, which were never constructed solely for the elite, but were the farms and estates of the ancient world. Observe these geometric gardens, which most likely operated using sound and living water to cultivate food, herbs, and perhaps other unknown purposes. Even today, some of these structures preserve a significant portion of their former glory when viewed from above, such as the Palace of Versailles. It stands as an astonishing architectural masterpiece, uniting buildings with uniquely geometric gardens and miraculous water systems. Now, let us take a closer look at this palace. Hold on, this is not Versailles Palace. So, where exactly are we? This is Chatsworth House, located in the Peak District of England. No matter, this location will serve our purpose admirably. Let us examine what can be discovered here. It is said that the construction of Chatsworth House was completed in the year 1780, yet its story, much like that of the Peak District itself, is nothing more than a grand fabrication and legend. The house is situated near two large lakes, the Emperor's Lake and the Swiss Lake. Water from these lakes is directed through a fragmented aqueduct system before descending a height of 79 feet, then flowing gently along a complex network of channels toward the Chatsworth estate. These waters feed numerous lakes, rivers, and smaller streams within the estate, traversing a labyrinth of underground passages and canals. Due to the area's subsequent repurposing, much of this system remains concealed. Nonetheless, the tunnels are clearly visible, descending in a slope that forms an interconnected hydraulic network, culminating in waterfalls over rocky formations, before the waters continue to converge in a central, elongated basin that supplies the Emperor's Fountain. From there, the waters resume their subterranean journey until they pour into the River Derwent, a tributary of the Trent River, which flows throughout the Peak District. Although vast portions of the estate have undergone what is termed restoration, a polished, misleading term that masks the criminal plundering and destruction of ancient technology, traces of the area's former glory still stand proudly to this day. It is important to note that, unlike many of the massive energy generators, Chatsworth House was most likely partially inhabited by farmers. This splendid, elegant building functioned as a small energy generator, housing a compact engine at its core, which was later repurposed as a stable for horses. It seems that the horses of the 19th century led a life of far greater luxury than most people of that era. Atop the neighboring hill, one can behold the quadrilateral condenser, or water tower, which was later repurposed as a hunting tower. Yet the discerning visitor roaming the sprawling expanse of Chatsworth, stretching across 105 acres, may perceive structures both peculiar and unfamiliar. Among these stands the partially ruined obelisk, concealed amidst dense trees at the foot of the hill, deliberately ignored by the official, guided histories presented to visitors during their tours of Chatsworth. Although many of the enigmatic buildings scattered across the estate remain without convincing explanation even to this day, we are fortunate to encounter a smaller marvel, the terraced waterfall. The dome, composed of a series of toroidal rings, ascends to meet a smaller copper dome above. Here, official historians tread cautiously, striving to impose a distorted historical narrative. Yet, as is often the case, they cannot entirely conceal the truth. Some fragment of it inevitably escapes, albeit couched in their oblique and controlled manner. The instructional plaque informs that water flows over the roof, emerging from 13 outlets, some sculpted in the likeness of stone dolphins and large fish, in addition to subterranean channels. It is said that this water is sourced from the upper lakes and utilized twice more along its journey toward the River Derwent, once at the fountain of the Southern Garden, and again in the private Western Garden. Notice what they openly concede. Each tier of the waterfall differs from the one preceding or following it, deliberately altering the sound of the cascading waters. Observe also that they claim this water terrace was constructed in the year 1703. What, then, motivated the 18th century architects to concern themselves with modifying the tonal quality of falling water? And how did they originally acquire the knowledge and precise skill to manipulate the sound of water in such a manner? The preoccupation with sound does not cease with the terraced waterfall alone. It recurs throughout the estate. Watercourses, streams, and rivers flow gently, settling temporarily in small pools and lakes before continuing toward the River Derwent, as though performing a grand, natural symphony of enchanting sounds. Yet when we delve into the labyrinthine corridors of our falsified and entangled history, we are confronted with stone carvings, illustrative plans, inscriptions, and artistic panels, all of which remind us how effortlessly facts may be distorted in the absence of photographic or visual evidence, leaving only artistic interpretations, which naturally we would never have accepted had we seen the truth with our own eyes. Illustrative depictions do not constitute precise historical documentation, yet a careful examination of their details can reveal insights that are both compelling and worthy of attention. For instance, the fountain depicted in one such panel appears utterly illogical. No fountain could possibly propel water to such heights, surpassing the level of surrounding trees. While some may justify this as artistic exaggeration, a closer investigation reveals that the original Emperor's fountain, constructed in the year 1843 according to Wikipedia, was indeed capable of projecting water to a height of 90 meters. Is this conceivable? We are speaking of the 19th century. Yet, as I have said previously, even forgers cannot entirely restrain themselves. Even Wikipedia concedes that the hydraulic power of this fountain was practically harnessed to generate electricity at Chatsworth. There the truth stands exposed before us, hidden in plain sight. As we continue to leaf through these ancient panels, we encounter one historical illustration depicting Chatsworth from an aerial perspective. Observe the vastness of the estate: terraced gardens, successive rows of crops, and massive water channels that no longer exist today. Many will once again dismiss this as mere artistic embellishment, asserting that the drawings lack historical precision. Perhaps they are correct. Yet when we gaze upon Chatsworth from above, through Google Earth for instance, we discern patterns on the ground opposite the river. These are not shadows. They are traces of an ancient subterranean structure that has been removed. The markings on the earth clearly indicate that a bridge once stood here, precisely as depicted in the old illustration. Look more closely, and one can make out an octagonal shape, distinct in its features, revealing unmistakably the boundaries of an ancient generator. The illustrations indeed concealed the truth. The estate was far more extensive than those depictions suggested. Chatsworth had been a colossal farm in the ancient world, its traces revealed with stark clarity when England experienced a severe heat wave in the year 2018, compelling acknowledgement of its true scale. It seems that sometimes neither clay nor falsehood suffice to bury the truth. Once again, although these drawings and panels cannot be regarded as fully reliable historical sources, being in most cases instruments of deception used against us, they often turn against their creators, exposing what was meant to remain hidden, as occurred with the plans of the star stations in ancient cities. Our modern technological tools, such as Google Earth, confirm that these plans and illustrations are partial truths, yet they grant us glimpses of the broader reality, as is the case with the layout of Chatsworth itself, where we witness the early stages of the barbaric destruction perpetrated by its adversaries. For example, the grand glass house at Chatsworth, known as the Great Conservatory, towered proudly until its destruction in the year 1921. It measured 80 meters in length and rose 20 meters in height. Allegedly constructed in the year 1840, prior to the advent of mechanized glassmaking, it incorporated an extraordinary network of subterranean tunnels and massive water pipes that collected and circulated water to generate heat through boilers and hot water, a feat of engineering that rivals the impossibility of the structure itself. This glasshouse was designed by a Chatsworth gardener named Joseph Paxton. And this man indeed has a remarkable story, one that deserves to be told.